the Dnd Snacks.
Okay.
I'm all out of Dnd Snacks.
What, like wyvern leg and
I usually have like
Fried newt.
Cheez It or something like I have a trail mix I like.
Cherry
Licorice.
sours. Licorice.
I don't even have popcorn.
Ooh,
Jeez.
Funyuns. Funyuns always remind me of D&D for some reason.
Crystallized ginger.
Yeah.
we have Funyuns
Oh, we're live.
downstairs.
Okay.
Well, I had Chinese food just like old times.
Aw.
Okay. All right. We're starting the story.
Chinese food and pizza are for table games.
True.
But with COVID, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay. So, like I said last time, I was going to start you off. You all know each other. You've been working with each other for a little bit. You all have been here for a while, whether you're from this part, the 10 towns, or not. And this time, you're just finishing an odd job of delivering a bunch of salted fish. On you've been traveling on sleighs. They're being pulled by, or they were pulled by mules. You just pulled up to one of the taverns. What is a tavern? Oh, it doesn't say the name. And so everything's unloaded. The little ponies, because that's all you could get, are being put in the stables. The person that hired you is Drindar Merchant Company. They do sell merchandise through here, and everyone's earning. You can put in your little, what do you call it, inventory. Everyone earned 1 gold.
We're rich.
And like I said, it's lightly snowing. But you do see on the foreground, not foreground, but the out towards the north, a large storm coming. So like a blizzard's coming. So obviously you might have want to get into the inn. However, there's some children out there playing. They're building a snowman. They're throwing snowballs. And all of a sudden, you hear a scream. And there is a tiefling girl near the snowman. She is screaming. There is this huge light coming from her. She's a young girl, like about 10 years old, lightish skin. She has long horns. And her hair is just in braids, but it's going everywhere, like it has no gravity. And then you hear this almost like thunderclap, where it's just her floating in the air.
Is it like she's flying through the air like an explosion, or she's just
No,
floating there like a feather?
almost like floating there like a feather.
Or like somebody's carrying her?
Well, it looks like she's unconscious, floating in the air. And then you can hear the wind pick up, and like I said, just a loud explosion, like boom.
How
And
far is
even,
she?
actually, I'm about to show the map. See the map where you all are?
Okay, so I guess the little girl's in the middle.
Yeah. And then she falls to the ground, into the snow, and throwing snowballs.
I guess the little girls in
The
the middle.
snowman, yeah, that the children were building. And then she falls, starts growling at the other children into the snow. And
so I guess the three things around her are children.
that the children were building. And then and it looks like
Snowman.
looks like this. The kids are screaming, and the snowman has picked up the young lady. Like it's
Okay, those kids needs to learn how to do a proper snowman.
That's why he's attacking.
Looks like a lumpy beluga whale.
So, what do y'all do?
Shoot the snowman.
Well, the young lady's in the arms of the snowman.
Okay.
So, how about this? Everyone, roll initiative. Okay.
Wait a second.
Okay.
Do we have a hero point in this game?
Anyway.
Are hero points
point.
still part of this game?
Oh, yeah. You can have 1 hero point for tonight to start off with.
Yeah, okay, thank you, but I'm not gonna use it.
Okay. All right. So, Henbrock.
Enborg.
Right. Henbrock.
So-
What do you do first, or what do you do?
So what is the square 5 feet?
Yeah. And the snow right now is not too bad, so you don't have to worry about a penalty for right now.
Okay, I guess all I can do is move 25 feet.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna you moved.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm rushing the safer, but my small dwarf legs make it hard for me to go very far.
So, and actually, in this case, do you want to do a what's it called, the dash movement? So you double the speed, just can't attack.
No, I think this is fine. I don't want to get too far ahead of everybody else with such low hit points.
Okay. Okay. Galdnar?
I'm going to do the same. Let's see, what is it?
Yanta's initiative didn't work.
Oh, didn't work.
I think she didn't roll the right thing, so it didn't get registered.
Rolled a 20. It was 13.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. So Galdnar, you run?
Yeah, I'm trying to get over here by him. 30, you said each square was 5?
Yeah. So
Okay.
we kind of eyeball it,
Gotcha.
So blink.
Is it me?
Isn't it? Blink.
The order I have is Enward, Galgnar, me, Yenta, and the Snow Golem, but Yenta should be first.
She should be right after me.
Yeah.
I rolled a
Oh,
17.
okay.
You need to reorganize your combat tracker, I think.
Hold on. There we go. We'll just keep it that way. Okay.
So it's Yenta's turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to shoot the snowman.
Okay. So.
Hit the girl.
Oh.
So
Nice.
picture that. We won't see that again.
Roll your damage. Ouch. Okay. So thankfully you got it perfect, and it goes through the no man's head. And a bunch of snow comes out. Makes like a poof. But the little girl's screaming. The children are screaming. They're trying to run away. Hold on.
Run away, little girl, run away.
Okay. Now blink.
It's not Galganar?
He already went.
Already went.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm going to go 25 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Magic Missile
Uh-oh.
at the snowman.
Not at the girl.
No, not at the girl. Not this time. She hasn't done anything to me yet. Okay. Where's the cast button? Oh, there's no cast. It's just damage. Okay.
Yeah. Boom. Okay. So
Oh, I only have one.
yeah. Welcome to
I thought
level
that was
1.
3 or 2. Well, okay.
Yeah. So the missile kind of slams into its backside.
I'll send my familiar as a bonus to over around the. Well, it's a flying squirrel, so
Okay.
how far can you go?
Okay. And so the little girl she's awake now, or conscious rather, and she's just kind of screaming that she wants to go home. And the snowman stops for a second and changes direction to where it was going, and takes her this way. Everyone roll an intelligence check.
I'm supposed to be smart.
Ooh. The ranger. Ooh. Blink. You notice that the snowman is now kind of running towards the a row of houses near the tavern, and it's
So
carrying her with him.
I communicate that information to my party.
And I guess I would say, because you did so well the intelligence check, it's running towards those homes when she started screaming she wants to go home. And it took all its actions to run. Iantha.
And he's not harming her in any way?
No, he's carrying her like almost like a doll.
I'm sorry, which way are the homes?
Let's see. I'm gonna put a little direction over here.
So, am I smart enough to figure out that he's obeying her?
Yes, he's obeying her, but and I guess you rolled well enough to also know she doesn't know that.
Yeah, but I can tell her.
Yeah, I got to shout, and it's so it's a big wind's blowing, and she's kind of being like jangled about. You know what I mean? It's kind of like chunk, 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 and as she's screaming, as she's like I said, as it starts running, as it's running away, or running towards the houses. Actually, okay, so it is Iantha. What do you want to do, Iantha?
I want to move that way.
Okay.
Tell me how
Jeez.
far.
So what? So 25 feet? Wait, no, for you it's 30. Yeah. Okay.
Up out there?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all.
Okay. Henrock?
Okay, he's making me get my cardio in. So I can shift and move over to the other side of the triangle.
Chung, chung, chung.
That's it.
Okay. Gagnar?
I am going to continue going forward.
Okay.
And are the other three children in range for me to yell at them?
Yes.
I yell at them to not move.
Okay. And, what is this? Everyone do another intelligence check. Okay, Gagnar, you still think it's a snowman that's come to life.
I'm too
Have not-
wounded to think.
You're not really sure if it's a snowman.
Okay. I don't know what happened to my end, but
Bilbunk, yeah, you're barely sure it's a snowman too. But Iantha, you scored okay actually. Just about right where you need. It isn't you've heard stories of different type of monsters, but the appearance of this thing doesn't look like a snowman anymore. It looks like more like a snow golem. So you now know that. Blink.
I don't even know if I have thaumaturgy.
If you want.
I'm gonna move 25 feet closer and
Okay.
dash.
Okay.
So now I should be close enough to say, "Hey, little girl, this snow golem is obeying you. He does what you tell him to. If you ask him to put you down, he will probably obey it."
Roll a. So do you have charisma or persuasion? Not persuasion. Let me see.
Charisma or persuasion. I can do either.
Do you have persuasion?
Let me look.
Whichever one is more advantageous, you can roll it.
Well, they're the same, so.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, nice. So you're able to calm her down, and she hesitantly kind of says, "Stop," and the golem stops, and then she says, "Put me down," and well. He puts her down, but he just drops her, and so she plunks into the snow, like plunk, and she butt first into the snow. But then she doesn't seem so worried anymore, and she says, "Walk towards me," and he starts walking towards her. Right as she seems to have gotten control, and who has Arcana? Whoever has Arcana skill, roll a check for me as well too. Or religion, or yeah, that'd be fine too. Anything to do with magic on your skills. Actually, not too bad. Delver, that's good too. Okay. What both of you think is that this young tiefling, this young lady, has some type of wild magic skill or magic talent that she doesn't know about. One of the other things that you're both realizing, or that everyone's realizing, is Oriel, what Oriel, the goddess there, it seems to now be having a slight effect on magic. So in Forgotten Realms, it has like the weave is what it's called. It kind of goes through everything. Um, and as far as like game terms now, not that this is our first time, but anytime you cast a spell, you'll make sure to roll, and I'll try to remind you, hopefully we forget. There is a 2% chance that wild magic can occur for any spell. Now, just 2%, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm a wizard.
And there's no telling what type of, what do you call it, effects will happen. So, so Frankie, yeah, and this is for any spell. So even the paladin, even the ranger, Henbrock, I guess you don't have to worry about it at all. You're the one that might have to, although there might be a small consequence of you being by the other three if something bad happens. So
But that includes like wands and everything, right?
actually, it's just the spells that you cast like that. Magic items? No. Like wand's fine, staff's fine. It's and you so that you don't have to worry about. Just casting
I'm gonna
spells
start collecting wands.
and just 2%.
So I'm gonna
So.
keep the social distance from everybody that cast spells.
Friendly fire.
um, and right as she seems to grasp that what this snowman is, or it's a golem, the blizzard moves in and hits, and it's just really, really bad. It hits all of a sudden, and you can barely see the. Remember how I told you it's almost always twilight? So when you got done here, it was about almost 2 o'clock. That's when the sun, what little of it is, sets. So it is dark, and now the blizzard hit just within those few moments. Um,
I have dark vision, if that helps.
it does. Anyone with dark vision, it helps a little bit. You can see up to about 20 feet. You know that the tavern's not that far, but even right now, it's hard to see. And see where the sleds are. That's where the tavern is.
Are we familiar enough to know instinctively where the tavern is?
No, in fact, um, like Algnar, you are surrounded by the three children. Um, and everybody roll a perception check.
I
Okay.
see snow.
Everyone else did really well.
I know exactly.
All right. And now we don't need an initiative for this, so I'm just going to go down to like, Henbrock, what do you do?
Why are you starting with me?
Oh, because I'm just going down the what do you call it? Down the character list. It's not about battle.
No, I mean I guess.
He wants to go last.
Do you want to go last? You can. It's okay. Okay, then we'll start with Blink. Blink, what do you do?
I look in my pack sack, I get my 50 feet of rope, and I'm close to all three children. So I'll just go to the first children, tie the rope around his waist, go to the second children, let maybe 4 feet of rope and tie that part against his waist and go to the third children. Do the same thing.
Okay.
And
Um,
tie myself around the rope too.
And what do you tell and
And I tell the children, let's get out of this blizzard.
Okay. Let's see. Also, make another intelligence check. Oh, nice.
Everyone?
Huh?
Everyone?
No. Actually, just Blink, because he's a
Oh,
close.
I haven't made one yet.
Okay, make one. Oh, good. Oh, nice. Okay, Blink. The snow golem is capable of going to the snow and seeing to the snow very easily, and can carry up to, well, 3 children-sized people, 4 children-sized people, or 2 adults.
So I give the end of the rope to the little girl. And I tell her to hold the end of her golem and tell it to bring us to the tavern.
Okay. And so the golem starts moving. It's kind of moving by Hendrock. In fact, Hendrock, do a do a perception check. Okay. You realize that golem is near you.
Do I see him?
Hendrock, yeah, you see the golem.
No. Do I see him, bro?
Yes, you do.
So I yell at him, "Hey, the golem's going to the tavern. We should all follow it."
And so
Okay.
I get in line with the rest.
Okay. Galgnar. See. Oh, I mean, Antha. You're next.
I'm gonna move towards their voices.
Okay.
They're yelling and stuff, and so I'm gonna try to attach myself to the choo-choo train as well.
Okay.
It's a Congo line.
Let's see.
And I have more rope if we need more rope.
Okay. All right. So you're able to get in there. Galgnar.
All right. I have dark vision, and that last child is about far enough that I can see the movement.
Yes.
So I will move towards the back and carry up the rear.
Okay. There we go. And Brock, what you said you were doing again?
I'm attaching myself to the
Okay. All right. Blink. You keep on moving.
I try to calm the children, telling them there's going to be hot cocoa when we get to the tavern.
Even though you don't know that. That could be a lie.
What do you mean it can be a lie? There's no hot cocoa or coffee in this tavern? What am I doing here?
There might be. Okay.
Better be.
Let's see. You move forward.
There must be a treat. Maybe some sugary fish or something.
Okay. Let's see. Antha. Roll a dexterity check for me. Good. You just barely made it. As you bring your foot down, because you're one of the bigger characters here, right here, your foot almost falls into water. There is a little pond right there that had been obscured by the snow, and as you stepped on it, you heard the crack, and you were able to move your foot where just the sole of the foot of your boot got wet, but that's it. Just barely. Galgnar, roll a same thing. Good. Gugner, actually, in this case, you, as you're stepping in, you almost step in. It looks like someone had dug some type of hole for some reason. You're not quite sure.
The
But
ice fishing.
but if you step in, it would have taken you under. Whatever, why the hole was there, you're not sure. They could have been doing something. But the
Hey,
snow,
you guys with big foot, be careful.
Hemrock, same thing. Roll a dexterity thing for me. A dexterity check for me. Okay. And you two are saved from kind of more like a pit of snow that had already built up. Okay. Let's see. And one more. So we have survival? No. One last. Everyone do a constitution check.
Uh-oh.
Good, okay. Oh.
Well, you got my weak point.
Did you eat yellow snow?
Nah, I
Blink.
didn't.
Blink, you suffer one level of exhaustion. The snow and the ice and this has gotten to you already.
And I use all my brain power. Now I'm tired.
Right. Okay. So within just with a few more minutes, you get into the tavern. Hold on.
Barkeep, hot cocoa for everyone.
Including the snowman.
I know you have to import it from I don't know where. I don't care.
And everyone, there's quite a few people in the tavern.
I
And
just
they're
paid the hot cocoa for our group.
There's a
Nothing
few
you have to
people
pay
that
for.
are like, close the damn door as the snow comes blowing in. And one of the innkeepers comes in. She's a younger dwarf, long braided red hair. And she sees you all and the children. And she sees something behind you.
I asked the girl to tell her Gotham to wait outside.
Yeah, she's like, "What in the hell is that?" And what do y'all tell her?
I tell her it's a new kind of toys and it's gonna stay outside.
Okay, and she looks at the tiefling that says, she says, "Mary, what are you doing?" And Mary looks at, that's her name, Mary. She seems a bit shy and a bit bashful, and she's like, she thinks she's done something a little wrong, but she's not quite sure what. And she says, this is a different type of trouble I'm usually in." And a dwarf, her name
Would
is,
I understand what happened here? That she maybe cast a cantrip and wild magic took over?
apparently, and what you think is like, she didn't even realize she could cast magic.
So I explained to the dwarf female what happened.
Yeah, and her name, she tells you, her name's Lesla. You've met her a few times, actually, as you've come through here.
Told us that the young one will probably develop some aptitude for the arcane art. And right now she had like a fart.
And she kind of starts laughing a bit. And it's like, oh, that's all we need now. It's like, y'all get in here now. And she gets to kill children, and she tells you all to take a seat. and thank you so much for bringing the children in. She knows all of their parents, and they'll be incredibly happy that you helped them out.
Oh, Mary did all the hard work.
um, and she sits you all down, and she brings you hot cocoa, although it's a little watered down. She also brings a hot cider that you swear it has some other something in it, but you're not sure what, because it's all of a sudden making you a little
It's boozy.
yeah, a tiny bit. Yeah, it's probably boozy. Um, and she brings you huge bowls, like big bowls of this type of stew.
Is it fish stew?
It is. She
Ah.
says
Salted fish.
it's our own recipe. I hope you love it.
Did you get that bacon I ordered 3 months ago?
And she's like, we haven't had bacon in a while. And she
I
also
know.
a bottle of wine and a few beers. And she says, "Is anything else you would like?"
A hot toddy.
She's like, we don't
What's
really
a
have
hot toddy?
It's Irish. I
the.
thought they spoke Irish here.
And she's like, "Oh, one of those, okay." But for some reason, she brings you like this really hot ale, like a real hot dark ale. And she's like, "Is that what you wanted?"
Is she German or something?
And so
Hot
she
ale? Maybe, I don't know. She probably,
brings you, like I said, she brings all another also a big basket of bread, almost like oddly enough the German bread, rye bread.
What kind of biscuit?
all I ordered was hot cocoa, but hey.
And a lot of the people, a lot of the people in town. And you're right now in, I believe, sometimes I get my 10 towns mixed up. I believe you're in Targos right now. So there's about 150 people in Targos. And so everybody knows everybody else. All the children there, like one of them, his uncle's there, another one, his aunt's there. Mary, her, like within a few minutes, her mother comes to the door, and her mother is dressed in a lot of furs and a very beautiful blue dress. But her mother's like a fairly tall human woman with long blonde hair. Um, just like actually the little girl has exact same the long hair. You can see that they even have a little bit of the same face, even though she's a tiefling. Um, oh yeah, Untitled Children. And she's like, "Oh, thank the God." And she's talking to her girl and she's listening. Um, and she's like that explains that big ice thing out there. I didn't realize it was alive. Um, and she thanks you all so much, and she hugs each and every one of you. Um, and she pulls out a purse or a bag, and she's like, "This is just a tiny thank you," and she gives each of you 2 gold. Um, and she talks to Lorna the dwarf, and Lorna then comes back and tells you that obviously everything's on the house, don't have to pay for anything, and
Jeez.
all the townsfolk saw you helping and saw you bring in the into action, and are
So we
super.
got 2 gold each,
2 gold each.
and plus 1 gold for the fish.
Yeah, for the fish delivery. Don't spend it all in one place. Yes. So as usual, it's just another gruesome day in one of the 10 towns. Howling winds, bitter cold. Thankfully, this time, not too many foul tempers. And as some of you all found out, snow drifts covering holes and, thin ice from little ponds. Um, although right now there's enough snow to bury a herd of moose. But today, Lorna. It's written down here, and I think I keep on changing her name because it's pronounced funny. It has one of those little, what they call it, Celtic chilies or whatever it's called. I don't know. Looks like Lorna to me. Um, but today the local tavern is abuzz about news about a series, excuse me, of recent killings. Um, before the murders, the only question on everyone's mind was, will Summer ever return to Icewind Dale? Now the question is, will I be the killer's next victim? Nothing breeds fear and paranoia like a murderer with no face, or a murder with no face. Right.
How long have those murders been going on?
Well, what I mentioned, and this is what you hear from all the all the people around you. 3 cold-blooded murders have been committed in the past month. A halfling trapper in East Haven, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago, a dwarf glassblower in Bryn Shander.
Can you repeat those 3, please?
So, a halfling trapper in East Haven. And I think I told you before, right? So the 10 towns, there's actually 10 little towns. They're all connected. They make up the area, and like to go from one area to the next to the other end, they take you about a day. Especially with the snow like this. So what did I say?
The human in
Oh yeah, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago, a dwarf glassblower in Bryn Shander. And Bryn Shander is the biggest of the towns, with about 1,200 people. Each victim was found with a dagger of ice through the heart. What's the connection? The drunken lot huddled in the tavern, although they're not that drunk, offers no credible ideas. But sitting apart from them is an elderly shield dwarf with a nasty scar across her nose, who looks like she has something worth knowing. She's been smoking her pipe and eyeing you ever since she walked in. And she gets up and approaches you all. And she introduces herself as Hiln, Hlin, Hiln Trobane. And let's see, Henvork and Galgnar and Antha.
Trollbane?
Yeah, Trobane. You actually know of her a bit from your time here. She's a retired bounty hunter who's had many, many bounties that she's recovered. But she's a bit older now and mostly retired. She's an unarmored veteran who wields a battle axe and hand axe. Is what she used to carry and how she used to bring down her prey, I guess. And she would go up and down the Sword Coast and ended up staying here in Icewind Dale. Anyway, she looks at you all and she says, "Are you interested in a job that could be beneficial to you and beneficial to all our fellow citizens.
How is it beneficial to us?
She
Is
says,
there bacon?
and she pulls out a small sack, and she tells you, well, it can be. It can be 150 gold beneficial to you. Not each, no.
Such a
Like-
miser.
Man, I found somebody that's greedier than me.
Considering what y'all have been making is a pretty good deal.
Hauling fish for a gold a day? Yeah, I'd say so.
She thinks you all have what it takes. She has been on the trail of this murderer. She says, I don't think I can take him down, and I'm not 100% sure that it's that the person I think is the killer is. But there's a man named Seth Caltro. Has been on the Seth Caltro works for a small traveling merchant company called Torgs, owned and operated by a shady dwarf named Torga Icevein. And y'all know of her name too. She they market in illicit goods, I guess, and have also been involved in some activities, although they've never been overly violent that you know of, as far as um, the merchant company.
What's the name of the employee of Toga Eisvein?
Oh well, that's the one she mentioned. His name's Seth Caltro. She mentions, in other words, Seth gets around. She says he's very charming, makes friends easily. He's also Torga's bodyguard, so I'm guessing he's pretty good with a blade. His victims come from the only 3 towns that sacrifice people to the Frost Maiden on nights of the new moon. New moon.
Easy for you to say.
And she kind of scowls and she says, "This is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale." However, like in Brinchander, where they do the human sacrifices, it tends to be people who have been convicted of some crime, usually of murder themselves, or from some other heinous crime, and that's who gets usually sacrificed. And again, his victims come only from the 3 towns that sacrifice people to the Frost Maiden. This is what. Maybe the victims found a way to keep their names out of the drawings, and Sefik found out they were cheating, so he killed them. Maybe, just maybe, Sefik is doing the Frost Maiden's work. I followed towards for a 10-day. So remember the month is made of 3 10 days. That's their week. As it moved from each of the towns to town in 10 towns. Quite the devious little enterprise, but that's not my concern. What struck me is how comfortable Seth Caltro looked in his weather. He didn't have a coat, no scarf, no gloves. It was like the cold couldn't even touch him. Even in the blizzard, she said he just kind of walked around with a light shirt and his boots, and that was it. And it didn't bother him at all. Like I said, it wasn't It was like the cold couldn't touch him. Kiss of the frost maiden indeed. And she tells you I'll pay you 150 gold pieces to apprehend him, ascertain his guilt, and deal with him. Preferably without involving the authorities.
She's talking about Seth, right?
Mm-hmm. When the job is done, return to me and collect your money. She tells you that again they travel around the different 10 towns, and the last one, the last one they were in was in Bryn Shander, and that was, she said, about 2 days ago. So, what do y'all tell her?
I say we do it.
Okay.
I'm for it.
And she's willing to give you 25 up front. And any tools you may need. What do y'all tell her? Like she asked you, is there anything that will help you to do this?
I want a fireball.
And she, if you say that, she does laugh. She's like, "Well,
is try to
we
connect
don't
with
have
as
any."
many
She
viewers as
doesn't have one of
possible
those. She
while
used
they're
to,
here. You know, a
but
game is just a
she used it and it got broke. Okay.
So do you know where they're going to be in 2 days?
Well, she tells you they should still be in Bryn Shander. And Bryn Shander, although not right now in the blizzard, but usually takes about, well, here's the thing. Like if you walk there, it's about 6 hours. If you get some snowshoes, it's about 3 hours. If you have a sled or something like that, it's even less, about 2 hours.
Is there a sled renter in town? Like,
Mm.
I don't know.
She tells you. She tells you, unfortunately, no. And you are in one of the smallest towns, and they don't have a lot of, stuff going on here. You could
Can
buy
we
some.
outrun a sled?
Do what?
Borrow a sled?
Borrow a sled. You can technically. There's the sled that y'all came with, although it's technically supposed to stay here. But you know where you came from was actually Bryn Shander, and you could kind of return it when you get back.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So hold on. So the blizzard lasts another 3 hours. And it finally settles down to
What
just
time
what
is it?
it's only like what do you call it? Nighttime. So about 7 at night.
Well, maybe we have a good night's sleep, so everybody reset their spells and stuff, and we go in the morning
Okay.
after second breakfast.
um yes, and Lana tells you that you don't have to worry about paying for a room tonight, although she only has one room available, although it's a fairly big room. There's a lot of stuck travelers here in the inn at the moment, from the blizzard. And hold on, let me be right back. Let me get some water. Okay. Be right
Yeah,
back.
I need a coffee. So
So
2-minute break.
yeah, 2 minute break. Okay. Let's see. And I'm going to share a map of 10 towns.
I'm back.
Okay. So this is the map of 10 towns. Right now you are in Targos. And you were in the what do you call it? The Luskin Arms Inn. Or a public house is what they call it in this one.
Why is there town with a black dot and town with a white dot?
The towns with the black dot, I think, let me see, because some of them are walled. Some of them actually have walls in them. In fact, Targos, here's one, for example. You're in this one. So it's also another walled city or walled town. Like I said, it's not very big. And as you wake in the morning, Lana has an interesting breakfast for you. It's a bunch of pickled eggs of some sort, some type.
Fish eggs?
No, but they're fairly big, like the size of a grapefruit. And they're hard boiled with coffee, and you're not quite sure. There's some type of sausage with it. And she tells you the sausage is her very own, and it is seal sausage with particular spices that she got from the Dwarven Valley,
How does it taste?
like seal.
I have no idea how seals taste like. Is it good?
Kind of fishy.
Yeah, a little fishy,
Is there seal bacon?
like a fish cow.
Well, if you cut it from the right place, there could be seal bacon.
I think aren't seals like
They're
cow
fat.
Now what would be bad if it was like, oh, what's it called? Those nice things in Florida. Oh, like manatee. That would be awesome. Like, oh, the huge manatee. But it is seal. And she tells you the eggs are from the axe beaks. Those big birds that you can actually get as mounts. But she says they've produced so much that they can't raise them all into full grown. So the town's been
Feasting on eggs.
yeah having some. And yeah, they, like I said, they are quite big.
You should try an omelet sometime.
And of course, mead. She brings you lots of mead and lots of beer. In fact, there's beer all over the place, even for breakfast.
Now we know why the dwarf likes it here so much.
Also, she tells you that Mary's mother, when the child saved, has left you something. And outside, I'm just going to use the same. I'll use the same token every time. She has left you a sled. However, it's not the best sled. It's a bit rickety, but it'll hold everybody. And the only thing though is that you would have to rent some either horses or mules. To rent them,
We don't have sled dogs?
there is sled dogs, but this is not just a sled. This is a sleigh, so it's bigger. They do have, and like I said, it's not in the bestest of shape, but it'll hold for a while. So, or it'll hold to get to Bryn Shander. Let's see, and you can rent 2 horses that will get you all there for about 4 silver, and you just leave them there at the other ends. That's how they have like a deal between each other. That's right. Okay, so let me roll for something.
How much gold do we have?
Got what, 3 apiece now?
Yeah, but we must have started with some.
I already had 10 for some reason, so I'm up to 13.
Y'all are rich. Okay, all right. So about 3 hours, and I'm assuming y'all took off, right? To Bridgender?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You have run into. You hear it at first. It sounds like wolves. In fact, you know it's wolves. Do you go faster or wait to see if they come after you all?
You guys feel like wolf hunting?
I don't think we should stress the horses.
Agreed.
Can we eat wolf?
But you might get one to become your companion animal.
Go.
Don't
Uh-huh.
tell her that.
Here, puppy, puppy, puppy.
Yeah, they're not that type of wolves. They're well, and I should tell you this, and y'all should know this. The
With our luck, they're probably dire wolf.
the the creatures around here are particularly vicious. Um, and remember I told you how, like, and I'm not sure if I told you this specific thing, how different towns have different ways of sacrifice. Some of the towns sacrifice their food, so a whole week's 10 days worth of food, and they put it out in the open. Um, for all the basically winter monsters. So the monsters and the creatures have become like what do you call it? Like when the bears get all used to eating picnic
Habituated.
baskets? You know what I mean?
Habituated to people.
Yeah. Yeah, and they expect food. And if they don't get their food, they'll eat the people. Um so the
Okay, then we'll run.
so they become they become, and some of the wolves, some of the bears, even and the owl bears and all, they're really a bit bigger than normal. Um,
Well, they're well fed.
yes, they're very well fed, very well fed. Although, on the other hand, like there is literally thousands and thousands of reindeer in the area, reindeer and elk, and they also are reindeer, elk, and moose. They also extremely big. Even for I've never seen a moose in person, but I've seen pictures of
It's
them.
pretty big.
Yeah, they're pretty big. So these are no, not the chocolate ones. Um, so they've also kind of become abundant in the area, which helps with with food as well. Just you have to be like if you hunt reindeer, elk, or moose, you have to be very careful because those could easily kill you as well.
Yeah,
So,
moose is like a big horse with antlers
um,
and a
in
bad
fact,
character.
later on, if you want, you could even consider getting those as mounts. But it takes some animal training and things like
Wolf or the moose?
the moose, reindeer, and elk. Um, they all are used as mounts. It's just that you really have some really have to have some good animal training to be able to use those without them, bucking you off constantly. And
You know, we
even
don't have a magic carpet yet.
no magic carpet yet. Plus, you know what? A magic carpet in this game may be kind of bad because when you run into a blizzard, it's gonna slam you right down. So Let me see. Who's driving the sled? Who has animal handling? Antha, are you the only one?
Probably.
Let me
I have a
see.
big mouth, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think you're the only one with animal handling. Okay. Uh, roll an animal handling check for me. And someone can also assist her. Anyone that has a good like wisdom score.
So I have a help
You have a help?
with my, I guess, barbarian things.
Oh, okay.
So it
Okay.
gives whoever I help gains an advantage on the next ability check it makes to perform the task.
Oh, good. Okay. So roll it twice, Iantha. Although 13 is pretty good. Okay, the same thing. So you're able to spur the horses along, get them moving. Um, and actually, as you go a little bit faster, you see in the distance the wolves chasing you, but you are already out chasing them. And they are huge. In fact, Frankie, what I rolled, just to let y'all know, it was one dire wolf um, with two regular sized wolves.
Good times.
So technically, you actually it's probably a good thing you took off. Um, so you're able to avoid a particularly bad encounter in this case. Okay. Um, the weather holds pretty well. Uh, it stays calm for most all the way to Bryn Shander. Um, let me see. And as you are turning in the horses, and let me see, I'm trying to look for hold on. What inn? I'm assuming y'all like to stay in an inn.
Well,
Sure.
do we have a map of
Within the
that
stable.
town?
Do what?
I have two questions for the DM. First of
Mhm.
all, did the bounty hunter dwarf told us where in we would find Seth in
Well,
this town?
it's not that big of a town, but if you look around, like if you spend a few hours just kind of um, combing the town, you can see if they've gone. You can also go into the and here's what Bryn Shander, how big of a city it is. Um, so you came in through the, I believe, the southwest gate, and you are at the stables. You see where the stables are?
Yep.
Um,
Looks like a big cell.
it does.
Looks like uh
An amoeba.
no, you know those you guys don't Asterix town, the village, those what's the word in
Oh,
English? Gaulois village, but I don't know what's the word in English.
hold on.
But they
Yeah,
were all around village like that, with a big palisade, big walls around them.
hold on. Looking for something. Just a second.
Like a
So
spoke
where's
wheel
the
town.
inn?
Oh, Spoke Wheel. Yeah, I remember that name. Yeah, and like I said, there's I believe Bryn Shander, it's a wooden wall. They all have wooden walls. Um,
Is Black Iron Blade the inn?
Black Iron Blades is actually a dwarven shop. It is run by
A dwarf.
some of the NPCs. Well, not NPCs, of course. Some of the people from Clan Battlehammer. The Dwarven Valley, and I think I tell you that they're a little bit north of here. That, like I said, there is Mithril Hall, but there is another area, and the dwarves have built a huge underground complex over the years. And maybe at some point, you'll be able to go into that area, but they only let people, for the most part, stay on the surface of that area. And the dwarves, not a lot of them come out because of the way that the weather and the environment has been. So a lot of them have stayed underground and have not come out. Some for the past 2 years, but they don't need to. They have their own farms. They have their own industry. They have their own everything. And
They
so,
must be pale, though.
well, they're dwarves. So, um, in fact, I think that if I remember right, like Bryn Shander here is like a city of 1,200, but the dwarven underground structure and settlements is about, I believe, 25,000, maybe 20,000, and it is just miles and miles of different areas of basically a underground dwarven city. But it's
So
also
Henwark must have some cousin down there.
he probably would. Um,
Maybe he can get us in.
Not that I know.
not that you know of yet. Um, but they have quite literally just an amazing city and settlements down there. But the trade has been affected between the dwarves and up here on the settlement.
So where's the inn?
Oh, let's see which one is it. The Northlook? The Northlook. Is an establishment most frequented by mercenaries and adventurers. Such is the rowdiest and most dangerous place in Bryn Shander.
Like my kind of place.
It's also one of the best places to get rumors and to look for someone that you looking for. In fact, you all head over there.
Definitely.
The Northlook. In fact, oh my goodness. So it takes you just a while to get there. Just about 20 minutes to walk in.
Is there any shop in here?
Anyway.
Shop.
Oh yeah. There's a quite a few shops. Whatever you need. As you walk in the door though, there is this on the wall, and it's labeled as Old Bitey. And that fish there is about the size, a little bit bigger than a horse, and it's been mounted onto one of the walls. You have kind of heard about Old Bitey. He killed, they estimate, about 50 fishermen over his lifespan by dragging them into the water, suffocating them, and then eating them. And actually, Henrock, it starts singing.
It does not.
Did somebody put a battery in it? Does the head goes like the
Take
looks
me to
at
the
it when
river.
it sings?
Here it says it starts singing. It looks like someone has put an enchantment on it. And it sings, "There's a place I like to go, farther up the river's flow. Where it is, I do not know. Must be under all that snow." And it starts singing it right when you come in. So, um,
Uh, DM, you forgot to add me the spell.
Which one?
Well, I cannot say, but
Oh, okay. You just have to tell me when it about it, and then
okay.
we'll do it.
Yeah,
All
but I
right.
don't know how it works.
Oh, okay. I'll get with you as far as that goes. So hold on. But as you walk in, um, three stocky figures bundled in cold weather garb stumble towards you. They have snowshoes slung over their backs and ice picks fastened to their belts, and two of them have thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand and says through a thick wool scarf in a raspy voice, um, well met. I'm Hunya, and these are my friends, Crooks and Storn, and even even though this is a grumpy, gravelly voice, it's actually a lady dwarf talking. Uh, we need help. We heard you're capable, and it looks like already people have started mentioning you from your.
Are you the guys responsible for teaching that fish to sing?
And they kind of look at each other and are like, no. They said, I think that's been here for a long time. Um, they tell you that they work at a mine located in the valley, at the base of Kelvin's Cairn. Kelvin's Cairn's the basically a mountain. Um, the mine is also operated by Clan Battlehammer, and it provides most of the iron for the smithies in 10 towns. Yeah, I saw it blink. So yeah, I'll put it in. I'll put it in a bit. Um, they look to be like one of them. You notice that his some of his fingers are missing. It looks from frostbite. Um,
Forgot your glove somewhere?
and it's probably from the mining they do. It just gets so cold that I guess it happens. Um, in fact, Kruna, and oh, she has a very, like I said, raspy voice, and her breath smells really heavily of smoke. So she must smoke quite a lot. Looks like one of her right ear is missing as well from also frostbite. Um, it says we're survivors of a group of dwarves tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots to Bryn Shander. Um, and she seems a little nervous and a little slightly ashamed and a little whatever. She's like, a Yeti surprised us, then killed a member of our group. The rest of us fled as the Yeti tore Obuk limb from limb. And although that part doesn't seem to bother her, just that they fled bothers her. Um, Now we need someone to go back and, well, get the sled for us. Um, she says, as payment, uh, we offer each of you a gemstone worth about 70 gold pieces. And she tells you the friendship of the dwarves of Icewind Dale and the friendship of Clan Battlehammer can also be a boon in these harsh times. Uh, Although you'll need snowshoes to make the trip in good time. Um, in fact, she shows you, and she does. She has a small patch of, or a small bag of gemstones.
So, uh, can you give time for me and my companion to have a pint and discuss this?
And she tells you, yes, of course. And says, we're gonna be sitting down over there. We too are very tired. We've had
Thank
quite the
you.
time.
It won't take us long.
And they go sit down and they order something, and like, but they just kind of
So,
um,
this is a very interesting offer, guys, but we still have to find that Seth guy. And I don't know which of our mission is more time sensitive. Although getting the friendship of the dwarf and potentially more work coming from them is very interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well,
Or maybe
also,
they can help us find Seth.
I think that they could either help us find him or point us to somebody who can, that may be part of their tribe.
Yeah, the sooner we find Seth, the sooner we can go do their Yeti thing.
And do you so what do y'all tell them?
Well,
It-
if everybody's happy with that, we'll tell them that we're already here on a mission,
Mm-hmm.
that we need to find a guy, and as soon as we find him, we'll be ready to go and help him get their sled back.
So they said, who are you looking for?
Well, I explained to them that there's been a series of murders in the past month or so, and
And
there's three guys that
and
died.
they do.
One of them was a halfling, one of them was a human, and the other one was a dwarf
Yeah.
glassblower. And we think we might have a suspect. His name is Seth Calfro, and we need to find that guy and assess if he's the culprit or not. And if he is, we need to deal with him.
Um,
But
and
and right
they all
after that's done, we'll be free to help you guys out.
look at each other, and he's like, is he part of he's part of a merchant caravan, right?
Yep.
Um, they kind of look at each other nervously, and it's like some of our clan have had dealings with them, and they look their eyes get really big. Um, we
What do
can
you
help you
mean, good
find.
dealing or bad dealing?
They say rather bad dealing. Um, they they ask for a particular type of ale, so to speak, that is not quite um, legal in some of these towns, but they ended up reneging on the deal, and and they mentioned, they don't say his name. They said the person you talked to killed two of our clan members in a duel. Um,
What was his weapon of choice?
he tells you, or what they didn't see, but he had he tells you that they weren't there to see it, but that when the um, the bodies came back, they had almost like ice knives uh, pierced in them that were still hadn't melted yet.
Yeah, that's consistent with what we heard. The three victims were killed with a ice knife.
Um,
So
and
it sounds like we
so
can help each other.
they tell you they will help you look for him, but you need to promise that you didn't hear it from them.
Oh, no problem. I mean, like I said, as soon as we locate him and deal with him, we'll be free to go help you guys out.
Okay, and they agree. I say we will definitely go out and looking for him, and technically, or not technically, but they tell you he should be still around in Brinchander. Um, and they kind of think about and they start it's like, if you don't mind, um we need to ask some other people here in the tavern or in the public house,
Sure.
so give us a while. um and they only take about maybe 40 minutes, and they're all three of them are busy talking to others in the tavern.
So
um
during those 40 minutes, can we maybe ask the one of the barmaids a few questions
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
about so when she comes for our drinks, maybe we can ask her. I don't know if I need to roll something, but I don't want to be like I'm really looking for this guy, but I want to, I'm more like friendly. Hey, I need to talk to him, and
Okay.
nobody knows his whereabouts. I don't want to make her suspicious that we're looking, to do him harm or.
Um. Well, and so you talk to her, and she says, unfortunately, um, she hasn't seen him, and doesn't really know too much about him. Um, although she tells you, and she's like, and she just starts talking in Goodmead, in Goodmead's of one of the other town. And she starts talking. The town speaker was recently killed by a 9 foot tall giant. And rumor has it that the giant stole a shipment of honeymead, without which a handful of taverns in 10 towns might go dry. So she said, right now, we're dealing with that because if we don't get our honeymead, we are going to have a riot. Um, so she leaves it at that. Um, let me see. And
So,
the go
what's the
ahead.
name of this place again? I'll
This
take a
one's
note.
Bryn Shander, and the inn is the Long Arms. Wait, hold on. What did it say?
The North Look.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just trying to. So the dwarves come back, um, and she's smoking again, and it looks like some type of. It looks like a cigar, but it stinks really bad. Um, excuse me. Actually, she said that that caravan has just left this morning to Goodmead. So remember, so Goodmead is there's Brinchander, and then down the trail, Goodmead.
Is the sled of the dwarf on the way to Goodmead?
No, there's see where it says Kelvin's Karen.
Yep.
Yeah. So oh wait a minute, I'm sorry, it's not in Goodmead. He's in Caird Denival. So it is sort of on the way. You'd have to. It's one after that. So they, like I said, that a caravan kind of makes a trail all over the different 10 towns. So
Okay, so I'm gonna call back the lady and take the contract well, if my party agrees, take the contract for the honeymead recovery, and I'll tell the dwarf that we're gonna take care of their sled on the way
okay.
because if what's his name, if our the guy where we have a bounty for
mhm.
is in what's the name of that town again?
Yeah, good. I mean, the next one, the King Karn.
Yeah,
And
and go there. It's on our way.
they
No.
tell you that what you'll be looking for is the iron ingots are going to have a stamp of a foaming mug. That is the Clan Battlehammer symbol. So she tells you, be sure it has that. There shouldn't be any other iron ingots, but it has to have that on the.
Okay, but do they have a location for that sled a bit, or are we gonna have to look for it for 3 days?
No, they have a general. They show you like on the map by that mountain about where it had gone missing. And because how fairly heavy it is and how complicated it is to move it, it'd be unlikely that it can just be moved that easy. It was also
Okay.
kind of left out in the middle of nowhere with nobody.
So
And
where do they need those thing delivered?
what thing?
Those ingot.
Oh, the ingots are they need them delivered because all the like smiths need the iron.
Yeah, but where do we need to deliver those ingot?
Oh, you don't have to deliver it anywhere, but right here in where they are. They're going to stay here for a while in
Well, we
Brinchen.
don't want to come back here.
Oh, well, they tell you where would you like to meet, and they'll meet you there.
Well, the next town where that guy is Koenig,
Mm-hmm.
Koenig.
Mm-hmm.
So
They can do that.
yeah, we're gonna deliver there in Koenig. And is it possible to get our sled back and two set of dogs? Because I imagine that the Yeti will have eaten the dog or the horses on their sled, right?
Yeah. They tell you, yeah, they can arrange that. Just give them a few hours, and they'll help you as far as that goes. They don't know. You're not quite sure if they'll let you keep them afterwards, though.
No, it's okay. We just need that to get to Koenig. So we need a sled for us and horse team for your sled because
Right.
I have a strong intuition that the Yeti has made a snack with your horses.
And yeah, they like I said, mostly people have the dog sleds, a little bit of horses because sometimes even the horses are a little bit hard on them out here, and again those axe beaks, but they're kind of pricey. Like an axe beak mount is about 50 gold. They're really expensive for you know what they are. So okay,
Yeah, but you get an egg every morning, so
There's that.
so you get breakfast and transportation. So okay. Oh man, it's already almost 9 already. Okay. Um. Then I'm sorry, and if let's just stop here. Is that okay?
sure.
Sorry you didn't all get to fight very much of all, but the next one should be um quite interesting. So then you just to go there, you get to the next town, to Karen Cohen. It doesn't take you very long, and
Well, we're not going. We're going to Kelvin Cairn.
I thought you were
To
going to go find the killer guy first.
no, the Kelvin Cairn is like on the way.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
it's a little.
I would we would go there and then we would cross between Kelvin Cairn and Dwarven Valley straight to Carrickkinnig.
Okay. All these names are so hard sometimes.
If we can cross there, I guess.
Yeah. In fact, as you do, and it
I'll
won't.
post what I mean.
Yeah. No, I see it. So, and I guess where we'll stop is it takes you a while to get to Calvin's Cairn, so a few hours. Um, and from as you get close to it, you see a bunch of goblins trying to they're messing with a sled basically. So they're out in the open, you can see it, there's no one else around, and they look like they're fighting amongst each other. And well, actually, can y'all go a little bit more, like maybe 20-30 minutes? Are you okay?
I can.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Sure.
Hold up. So you go through Binchander, and you go to end up in Kelvin's Cairn. Like I said, they're right out in the open. and there is about 5 of them, and they're pushing some type of sled and pulling on it. They're having a bit of a time of it though, and they do not see you. You see them. It's about like 1 in the afternoon, so there's just enough light left. So let me see. Hold on.
How far are they away from us?
Maybe about 100 yards, maybe 120.
So that's what, 300 feet?
Yeah, you can barely see him, but Henvrock, uh, you smell them. You know what goblins smell like, and it is definitely
Salted fish.
do what?
Smell like salted fish.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me get that thing done. Hold on. I'm looking for radio. Oh,
Uh, so
one more. I'm just getting something real quick. Hold on.
there's 5 goblins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'll tell my party, hold my beer. And suddenly I look exactly like a goblin, and I've cast myself comprehend language, and I start running towards the goblin, yelling, "The giants are coming! The giants are coming!"
Roll a charisma or performance, or what do you call it? The one that trick them if you have that.
A
Which
bluff,
I'm kidding. Hold on.
investigation, intimidation. I have performance and or persuasion. Which
Hmm.
one you want?
I
Persuasion.
have to touch.
Okay, yeah. So the creatures have been following. There's 5 of them. They're cursing loudly, and
That's a 10.
yeah. Hmm. They all look at you. They turn around, uh, and they're kind of spooked. Um, and
I keep
hmm.
yelling, "The giants are coming! The giants are coming!"
I
Yeah.
slip out of the shadows and pretend like I'm chasing him.
So you're the giant.
Kind of biggish.
You are. You're.
He's 8 foot tall.
Goliath.
I think we rolled. You're 7 foot 4.
So look scared, Frankie, and run.
Let me see
That's
what
what I'm
happens.
doing. I'm trying to get closer to them anyway.
Hmm. Okay. They. Well. Okay. Here's what happens. It looks like you didn't quite see some others. There was about 10 goblins. Um, but 6 of them kind of look at each other and throw up their hands and start running through the snow. But 4 of them take out their weapons.
That's okay. We got this.
Okay. Hold on.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
How close was I able to get?
To them or
Yeah, I start running and yelling, so I guess I got closer to them.
oh yeah, about you're within about 20 yards. So hold on. Look at the map. I need to check one, I think. Hold on. What is she? Make sure there's a goblin. Okay, and I'm going to get the map out. See if I can find it again. Hold on. They kind of changed where the maps are now. They're not maps, they're images now. Okay, this is good enough.
So magic missile is a 3 dart, and I have to throw them one after the other.
Oh, one of okay. Let me see. All right. And I'm putting everyone on the map. Hold on. All the greens, all the friendly people, there you all are. And goblins. Oops. But not the not the ice goblin, not the snow golem rather. Hold on. That's unfair. Okay. Did everyone roll initiative?
Missing one.
Who are we missing?
Hindvork.
Oh, Hinborg. There you go.
I'm in there.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I don't know how I did that, but I rolled twice the same initiative.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And the
Nice, dude,
goblin,
19.
it looks like one of the goblin female, and looks like she's in charge. And he's like, she's apparently knows some type of common, and she's like, "You cretins, go away." Okay.
I'm a goblin. Why she didn't yell at me in goblin?
No, she's yelling at the what do you call it? The giant, or at Ianta, and she's calling me a cretin for some reason. Hendrock.
All right, I'm gonna move 25 spaces or movement, and then throw a javelin at her.
Ooh, javelin. Like you're in the Olympics. Oh, and he steps aside just barely, and it kind of misses. Sorry.
I just get
Okay.
run over by a bus.
No.
That's Yanta's sound because the other one called her a cretin.
Actually, in the distance, and everyone do a perception check.
Oh, that's our friend the Yeti.
No, just go ahead. Everyone do a perception check. Oh, Henblock, you see it. About 10. Oh, Bill Blink, you see it too. About 10, 15 yards from them. You didn't see it because they're white. You see a polar bear and he's chained to something.
He's chained?
He's chained, yeah. Okay. Anta.
The polar bear is behind the goblin,
He is, yeah.
but he doesn't seem to be breaking loose.
No, he just seems to be irritated.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot the goblin boss, I guess.
Okay.
Chewie, did you touch my dice?
And which one are you shooting?
I didn't hit anyway, but the boss.
The boss, okay. Oh, and it just goes right over her. Okay. Goblin 1. Let's see what he does. Where is he? Oh, I put the wrong thing. Hold on. Let me change him out. There we go. Let's see what he got. He has a short bow, and he attacks with a short bow. Henfrock. Oh, not even close. It hits about 5 yards to your left. Goblin 2. He comes charging, and he only gets to right here, but he's prepared to battle. Also charges. It's to about right here. Oh, actually, they use the dash, but to get right here, it just can't attack. Blink.
Well, I was gonna attack the chief, but since this guy is in my face, I'm gonna. What kind of weapon do I have? Well, I don't have too much choice. So I'm gonna get my dagger out.
Okay. And are you going to try to stab him?
Yep.
Oh, and you hit him. Let's see where you hit him. Oh, and you get him right in the throat, and he goes down. Dang. Galgnar.
I'm not done.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I have my movement still.
Okay.
So I'm not in range of the other goblin, right?
No.
So I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. Now Galganar.
All right. First, I'm going to move here, which is 25. And I will go ahead and target that guy.
And you've used the fantasy grounds to fight and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people I forget who needs.
And I'm going to use my Warhammer.
Ooh, okay. Using the Warhammer. You're swinging it. Oh,
I clicked it twice. Sorry.
it's okay. It's because you're flanking him with. Yeah, it does that automatically on here.
Gotcha.
So you hit with your Warhammer.
And let's see. Damage. Not a lot.
Oh, and you smash him right in his goblin helmet and cave it in. And
I told you the giant were coming.
he's dead. Goblin boss. Okay. The goblin boss puts her hands up and she's like, "What do you want?"
We want the sled.
And she's like, what sled?
Don't play games with me.
And while Blink, do a observation check or a perception check.
Yeah. Skill. They were pushing it, right? So.
Yeah, they were.
Perception.
Okay. You see it just in time, and she throws a javelin at you. and it goes to your
Shield.
robe, but it doesn't hit you,
Oh, okay. No shield then.
or not to your robe, but some of your clothes, and like your winter clothes. It even makes like a little poof of what do you call it, like fur that it chopped off.
Hey, you're gonna fix that hole.
um, and she scowls at you and starts making noises at you. Hendrock.
I tell him she doesn't want to negotiate.
Okay, so why is it that I just seem to be doing nothing but running in this game?
That's
Well,
because you got small legs.
it's kind of like you're in the Olympics because you're throwing javelin, you're running.
Probably had better luck with the shot put. All right, I'm gonna move up here and I'm gonna take out my anger and frustration.
Okay.
Axe.
Get her with her beard. Ooh, take that.
Critical hit. Ouch. She's a boss, but you bring down what were you using?
Great axe.
Great axe right on her shoulder, and it goes in very deep.
What's the name of your great axe?
Great bait. I haven't named it yet.
Iantha. Iantha.
Okay, let me just catch up here for a second. We came out here to find what?
The sled full of iron ingots.
And they have the sled?
Yeah, and they don't want to give it to us.
Because
Okay,
y'all are cretins.
so I'm gonna move up. Is that about how far I can move? And ask her if she's done fighting with us and she's ready to turn over the sled, or shall we just, finish her off?
And she drops her scimitar, and she's like, "You cretins win. It's unfair. It's ours. We found it
Found it where?
here after we chased off those idiot dwarves."
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I raised my great axe again. So what kind of doors?
And she she kind of looks at the axe, and she obviously has a lot of blood pouring down her, and she's like, I mean, she kind of clears her throat. uh okay, dwarves, I guess.
Whose bear is that?
um and she tells you she it's theirs. They were going to use it to pull a sled with, but he's being and she uses a real big word for some reason. He's being obstinate.
Release the bear and you can go. Leave the sled
Oh,
behind.
I don't know. Maybe the bear will think that a gnome is a good snack.
Well, she's bleeding. He's much more likely to attack her.
So the goblins, they unhook the polar bear.
Can we feed the bear and attach him to the sled? Can anybody talk to animals?
Iantha, you can do an animal, what do you call it, handling.
But okay, so here's the question. Well, okay, so I'll roll animal handling to see if he'll pull the sled for us up to the walls, but then we're gonna let him go.
Yep.
So what the hell? Ooh, apparently not. He's a hero.
He doesn't attack you, but he looks at you like
Apparently, you spoke
Oh
brown
my
bear.
god!
In fact, this polar bear stands up and he makes a giant poop right in front of you, and kind of takes off.
That's okay.
It's a good thing we brought the horses.
And he roars at you and then kind of makes a poop and then takes off. But he doesn't attack you this
Well,
time.
there's that.
So
I tell the goblin boss that there's a lot and lots of dwarves around here, And next time she might not be so lucky.
Oh, look, here's a picture of the goblin, by the way. Quite a look. And she kind of looks at you and kind of snarls and then does a little laugh. It's like, that's the way it is around here. And she pulls out some type of it looks like a mug, and it's filled with like some type of green nastiness, and she starts drinking it. And she walks away with the other dwarf, and she slaps him on the head and tells him to get going. And they leave. And you have the sled.
So I retake my gnomish form,
Okay.
and I guess we attach the sled to the horses to the sled, and
And
make
yeah,
our
it is
way
heavy.
to.
It is very heavy.
I was
By
in
the
a
way,
goblin form.
yeah, goblin. Um, you do hear something in the distance, though. You hear a roar, a loud polar bear roar, and then you hear some goblins scream running. But you hear it in the distance, so
Yeah, well, maybe we shouldn't, spend too much time around here and start heading for the town ASAP.
yeah, you do hear like some you hear that.
Oh, our friend the wolf are back.
No, that sounds like a Yeti.
Yeah, I'd say it sounds. Y'all think it's a yeti, or it sounds like a yeti.
Okay.
We're just headed back to town anyway, so.
Okay. By the way, and we'll end right here. Everyone is now level 2.
Yay!
Cool.
Oh, and on the sled, she left some stuff. Um, it is a little bag of 15 silver pieces.
Okay. Do they smell bad?
They do. They also have a lot of grime on them. I'm gonna put this in the party inventory. 15 silver pieces. Whoops. 15.
Let's use those silver pieces to pay for stuff right away.
30 30 copper pieces. A bone whistle, which is considered art, worth about 1 silver piece. Oh, Blink, how do you identify items? Do you remember?
Yeah, identify.
Do that for me. There's a
I
potion there.
can't.
Oh, you can't identify?
Not yet.
All right.
I have
Well,
to choose the spell, and I'll probably do it. Well, yeah. Let's. I'm not sure if it's a level 2 or level 3 spell.
okay. Well, there's 2 potions. You don't know what they are. And a seal skin pouch.
I can do
Oh,
an Arcana check.
well, we'll do it for next time. And in the pouch is a 20 sling bullets. I'm sorry. 50 blowgun needles and a blowgun. Also a compartmentalized pouch for holding spell components for some reason.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah. And I think that's it. One more thing. Hold on. No, it's already it. They're just goblins. They didn't have a lot. Yeah. Okay. And that was it. And like I said, we'll go for next time when you get back to.
Are we in town next time, or we're still on the way to town?
You come right into town for next time. Just barely arriving.
Okay, so we can take the week to level and.
Yeah. And I will leave I'll leave this up for a while so you can level and do your leveling.
Awesome.
And okay.
I like the sound effect. Well, thank you, Ashley.
You're
No.
welcome. And we'll
Thank you.
go from there for next time. And like I said, I'll leave this up for a bit. So okay. Well,
Thank
thank you.
Yeah, take care,
Good night,
everybody.
everyone.
See you on Sunday.
No.
Let me turn off this.